Welcome to the South Carolina DMV written test with real questions and answers from the South Carolina DMV. Before we get started, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss an update and help support the channel. Now let's dive into all the questions and answers you need to study for your South Carolina test.
If you have to back up a vehicle on a 2-lane road, you should A. Be sure the way is clear before backing. B. Turn your head back before and while backing. C. Stop, using the proper hand signal to communicate stopping if you see another vehicle approaching from the rear. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. Always turn your head to check behind your vehicle before and while backing up. Be sure the way is clear of other traffic before moving. A driver need not stop for a stopped school bus when traveling in the opposite direction on a 4-lane roadway. A. True. B. False. A. True. On a highway with 4 or more lanes, you must stop for a school bus loading or unloading passengers only when you are traveling behind it. You must still drive with special caution when driving near children. When passing a row of parked vehicles, you should A. Be prepared for a person or vehicle to unexpectedly enter your lane. B. Expect all other drivers and pedestrians to respect your right-of-way. C. Drive closely to the parked vehicles to allow more room for moving traffic. A. Be prepared for a person or vehicle to unexpectedly enter your lane. Keep a space between your vehicle and parked vehicles. A person may step out of a parked vehicle or out from between the parked vehicles without looking. A driver may begin moving their vehicle before realizing you are there. What does a single dashed yellow line separating traffic mean? A. Drivers may pass if it is safe to do so. B. Both lanes travel in the same direction. C. Drivers may not pass. D. Drivers may pass, even if it could be dangerous. A. Drivers may pass if it is safe to do so. Yellow lines separate traffic moving in opposite directions. A single dashed yellow line in the center of a road indicates that vehicles traveling in both directions are permitted to pass. Drivers may only begin a pass if they will not interfere with any oncoming traffic. This sign means A. Crossroad ahead. B. Flagger ahead. C. Lane ends. D. Turn right or go straight. A. Crossroad ahead. Warning signs prepare drivers for upcoming road conditions and hazards and are usually yellow with black markings. This sign alerts drivers to an upcoming intersection. Want to ace your DMV test? Go to cheatsheets.com and get your guaranteed cheat sheet. This sign means A. Trucks under 18,000 pounds, allowed. B. Hill ahead. C. Truck stop ahead. D. No trucks allowed. B. Hill ahead. This sign warns that there is a steep hill ahead. Hydroplaning occurs when tires ride on a thin film of water instead of on the road. To prevent hydroplaning in wet weather, you should A. Put on your cruise control to maintain a constant speed. B. Slow down. C. Move to the shoulder of the road as soon as it starts to rain. B. Slow down. Hydroplaning is caused by driving too fast on a wet road. Slow down when driving on wet pavement to prevent hydroplaning. When approaching an uncontrolled intersection, a driver should A. Maintain their speed and proceed. B. Stop at the intersection, check in all directions and proceed. C. Yield to all other drivers. D. Be prepared to yield. D. Be prepared to yield. At an intersection where there is no stop sign or traffic signal, you should yield to a vehicle approaching the intersection from the right. However, always be prepared to yield to avoid a crash. Do this by taking your foot off the accelerator, covering the brake, and looking left, right, and left again. Which statement is true? A. The speed at which you are traveling affects almost everything else that can happen to you in a car. B. Heavy traffic situations do not affect speed. C. It is always permissible to drive the posted speed limit. A. The speed at which you are traveling affects almost everything else that can happen to you in a car. The speed at which you are traveling affects almost everything else that can happen to you in a car. You must always comply with posted speed limits. Heavy traffic conditions and poor weather conditions require a slower speed. This road sign means A. Hunting area, B. State park, C. Deer crossing, D. Wildlife preserve. C. Deer crossing. This sign warns that deer cross the roadway in the area. You should slow down, be alert, and be ready to stop. If you need to stop quickly and your vehicle is not equipped with an anti-lock braking system, ABS, you should A. Hold down the brake pedal, B. Firmly pump your brakes, C. Lightly tap the brakes, D. Release the brake pedal, B. Firmly pump your brakes. Pumping the brakes is generally the best way to stop a car in an emergency. The car will stop quickly, and you will also be able to continue steering. Allow extra space in front of your vehicle when following A. Station wagon, B. Passenger vehicle, C. Motorcycle, C. Motorcycle. Allow for extra space when driving behind a motorcycle. Motorcycles can stop more quickly than other vehicles can, and you must have adequate room to stop if the motorcyclist brakes or falls off. Also, remember that motorcycles are difficult to see at night because they only have one tail light. The presence of double solid yellow lines means you may pass another vehicle from either direction. A. True, B. False, B. False. A double solid yellow line means that it is prohibited for vehicles traveling in either direction to cross the center line to pass. This sign means A. Stop sign ahead, B. Railroad crossing ahead, C. Construction ahead, B. Railroad crossing ahead. A round sign always indicates that you are approaching a railroad crossing. You should drive on the shoulder to pass a car. A. If the vehicle ahead of you is turning left. B. Under no circumstances. C. If the shoulder is wide enough. B. Under no circumstances. Passing on the right is permissible only if it is possible to do so without driving off the roadway. Never pass another vehicle on the shoulder because the other driver will not expect you to be there and may pull off the road. A leaky exhaust system in your vehicle is dangerous because it can cause A. A loss of hearing, B. Pollution, C. Carbon monoxide poisoning, D. Poor engine performance, C. Carbon monoxide poisoning. The exhaust system carries exhaust gas out of the vehicle and prevents fumes from entering into the passenger compartment. To prevent carbon monoxide poisoning, keep your exhaust system free of leaks. Replace all defective parts immediately. Road rage and aggressive driving may be reduced by A. Allowing extra travel time, B. Obeying posted speed limits, C. Using proper turn signals, D. All of the above, D. All of the above. As an increasing number of drivers populate the roadways, road rage becomes more prevalent. To help prevent road rage, a driver should use proper turn signals, obey posted speed limits, and allow plenty of travel time. To enter a freeway, A. Signal, yield to existing traffic and enter at the same speed that traffic is moving. B. Signal and enter the freeway. Freeway traffic must yield. C. Drive slowly so you can check traffic. D. Always come to a complete stop first. A. Signal, yield to existing traffic and enter at the same speed that traffic is moving. When merging into traffic, you should signal and enter at the same speed that traffic is moving. Always yield to other traffic when entering a roadway. Which of the following statements about blind spots is true? A. Blind spots are eliminated if you have one outside mirror. B. Large trucks have bigger blind spots than most passenger vehicles. C. Blind spots can be checked by looking in your rearview mirror. B. Large trucks have bigger blind spots than most passenger vehicles. Even if a vehicle is properly equipped with rear view and outside mirrors, it still has blind spots that cannot be seen in the mirrors. Large trucks have much larger blind spots than most passenger vehicles. A motorist must stop when approaching a stopped school bus unloading children on a 2-lane road. A. True. B. False. A. True. You must stop for a school bus loading or unloading passengers if you are driving in either direction on a 2-lane, 2-way highway. You must also stop when approaching the bus from behind on a 4-lane highway. When a stop is required at an intersection and no markings appear to indicate a stop line or crosswalk, a driver, A, is not required to stop. B, is required to slow down to make sure crossing traffic is clear. C, should stop only at a place where they can see at least 200 feet on either side, even if they have to enter the intersecting roadway. D, should stop where they have a clear view of approaching traffic before they enter the intersecting roadway. D, should stop where they have a clear view of approaching traffic before they enter the intersecting roadway. If there is no stop line or crosswalk, you should stop at the point nearest to the intersecting roadway where you can get a view of approaching traffic. You should not enter the intersecting roadway to gain a better view. To improve visibility lowered by rain or fog, drivers should use their A. Low beam headlights, B. High beam headlights, C. Parking lights. A. Low beam headlights. Low beam headlights should be used when driving in rainy or foggy weather. Even if they do little to help you see, low beams will make it easier for others to see you. When you see this sign, you should stop and A. Check for vehicles only in the direction that you plan on going, then proceed. B. Let all vehicles that arrive before or after you go first. C. Check for traffic in all directions before proceeding. C. Check for traffic in all directions before proceeding. At a stop sign, you must come to a full stop and check for traffic in all directions before proceeding. Drivers who refuse to submit to a chemical test upon request by a law enforcement official will lose their license for A. 1 month, B. 3 months, C. 6 months, C. 6 months. South Carolina has an implied consent law. By driving in the state, you automatically give your consent to be tested for levels of any dangerous controlled substance. If you refuse to be tested, your license will be suspended for 6 months. This is in addition to any suspension that you may receive if you are convicted of driving under the influence. Which of the following statements about driving speed is true? A. As your speed increases, the chance of a fatality increases. B. As your speed increases, so should your following distance. C. Both of the above. C. Both of the above. As driving speeds increase, the chance of a fatality in the case of a collision increases. If you are going faster than 80 miles per hour, you have almost no chance of living through a crash. The speed you drive affects your stopping distance, so you should increase your following distance as you increase your speed. This sign indicates A. Railroad crossing. B. Pedestrian crossing. C. No passing zone. A. Railroad crossing. Yellow signs with black markings are used to warn drivers about upcoming hazards or special conditions. Round signs are used only to warn about upcoming railroad crossings. If your wheels drop off the roadway or pavement edge, you should A. Wait until it is safe to do so, then gradually re-enter the roadway. B. Turn back onto the roadway immediately. C. Stop. A. Wait until it is safe to do so, then gradually re-enter the roadway. If your wheels drop off the roadway or pavement edge, do not attempt to turn back onto the roadway immediately. Instead, reduce your speed, check traffic, and gradually turn back onto the roadway when it is safe to do so. Only. Fill in the blank. Can reduce blood alcohol content, BAC, and alcohol's effects on the body. A. Drinking caffeine. B. Eating foods high in fat. C. Time. C. Time. Only the passage of time can remove alcohol and its impairing effects from the body. Which drivers are subject to the South Carolina point system? A. Permit holders. B. All drivers. C. Intermediate drivers only. D. Drivers over 65 years of age. B. All drivers. A license to drive confers a privilege, not a right. You may keep this privilege only as long as you drive safely. Your license will be suspended if you accumulate 12 points for violations committed inside or outside of the state. Give the right of way to any pedestrian who is A. in a marked crosswalk, B. in any crosswalk or intersection, C. crossing any street, C. crossing any street. Drivers must yield the right of way to pedestrians who are crossing the street in any marked or unmarked crosswalk. In the interest of safety, drivers should yield the right of way to people crossing any street.